topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Good evening, South Florida, and welcome to another episode of Eat and Critique.
What are you laughing about?
Steve-O and Sophia, what we were talking about before the show. I have to fix it so that you're in, too. Tonight, we have two guests. We have our Chief Fuller from the Green Acres Fire Department to talk about the chili cook-off that's coming up March 2nd. And we have Steve Lieber, the VP of Vice President for Business Development at Wi-Fi. And he's BurgerFi. Wi-Fi. I didn't get any sleep last night.
I know you did.
I'm thinking BurgerFi, Wi-Fi. What's the difference? And he has, I hear, a lot of good stories to talk to us about.
Yeah, we're going to be talking BurgerFi tonight, but I got to tell you, we have had Chief Fuller on now. Mm-hmm. This is the third time?
Third time.
And the numbers of people who are tuning in are amazing.
Chief's popular. He's the man. We'd like to welcome Chief to our show tonight.
How's it going, my friends?
Yeah, Mr. Celebrity.
I guess so. I don't know. You guys made me.
No, you made yourself. You made us. No. Welcome again. Thank you. Thanks. It's coming up. It's getting closer and closer. It's 2 weeks now? 2 weeks away?
It is. You're right, Sophia. I'm getting goosebumps, so I know it's getting close.
I was going to ask you, are you getting nervous?
I don't get nervous. No, we have a fantastic team of people helping me out. It's not just me. We have, 10 to 12, 15 dedicated people helping us out, putting this show together. What a show it is. Started out with Steve-O and Sophia becoming celebrity judges for us. Started out a few weeks ago on your show announcing the chili cook-off, which is March 2nd. It's a Sunday. Starts at noon, goes till 5 p.m. So that's 5 hours of chili eating. All the chili you can eat for $20 is incredible, but it doesn't stop there because we have a free classic car show with almost 100 cars already registered to be in that show.
That's a lot.
Beautiful cars. We have a band. This band, I got to tell you, since we hired them to play, they've been talking about us, talking about the chili cook-off. And Southern Blood is right here, a local band from Palm Beach County. They were just featured at the South Florida Fair last week. They're playing all over Palm Beach County right now. They're going to be headlining for us that day, playing hours and hours of free rock and roll music. So people can park for free. They can listen to the music. They can bring their family and friends, look at the classic cars. But if you want to have all the chili you can eat, and we're up to Steve-O, you better be ready, buddy. Don't eat the day before because.
Hey, Chief, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why didn't I thought? What happened? Pitbull was busy.
We have 24 chili teams already signed up.
No.
Some of the best restaurants in South Florida, fire departments, police department teams, first responder teams. It's going to be an amazing event. And we have the great date of March 2nd, which is a Sunday. The weather's expected to be beautiful. It's going to be a great day.
24 chili
So far.
tents. We get it.
You have to taste them all.
We had. Oh my God.
You got to get Pepto-Bismol out there.
We're going to have a bottle for each one of the judges. You'll have your own.
So now tell people it's such a good cause, Chief.
Yes, it is.
It is. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All of the proceeds, not a dollar is kept by anyone. All of the proceeds from the event, after paying all of the band and all the things that it takes to put on one of these, goes to a bunch of different charities. One of those is the NAM Knights Palm Beach County chapter, and they support veterans and veteran programs. We've got the Palm Beach County Pipes and Drums will benefit from this. The retired firefighters of Palm Beach County who've put on that amazing event in Jupiter time and time again, years and years over, which outgrew that Jupiter area. We've partnered with them this year, as you know, to bring that event to a bigger area. We can almost triple the amount of people they could fit at the Jupiter Abacoa facility in the Green Acres facility. So we're very much looking forward to that. We've got firefighters on a mission that will benefit from the chili cook-off. Lots of great charities. So your $20 is going to some very, very, very good causes. Plus, you get to eat as much chili as you'd like. And I guarantee you're not going to find a better deal in Palm Beach County on that weekend.
24. Oh my gosh. What was the most we did? 18 last year?
I think it was 18.
I think it was 18. That's amazing, Chief.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Chief keeps giving all the credit to his staff.
I know.
But Chief, I've put on major events, and the things that go through your mind, you go security, bathrooms, parking,
Garbage.
there's so much involved, and this event is going to be, because you're combining it now with the Jupiter people, this is going to be a huge event.
It is. And I like that it's in a larger park and the parking is much easier.
Right.
And it's free.
Free parking.
It's great for families to come.
You know what? Last 2 years, people have brought their dogs out there. People have just sat and listened to good music. People just love, it's not an event you come and you'll have chili and you leave. No, you want to stay the whole time.
Well, they have the car show this year too.
Yeah, that's
going to be last year. That's going to be amazing.
The cars are beautiful. The mixture of the different things that you can do. There's going to be lots of vendors out there too. If you don't like to eat chili, there'll be some vendors, some food trucks. Of course, that's an additional fee if you'd like. But there's food trucks. There'll be games for all ages. The cars, the rock and roll, free parking. You could come enjoy yourself, and for $20 all day long. Again, if you're choosing someplace to spend your money that weekend, choose Green Acres, Samuel J. Ferrari Park on March 2nd from noon to 5. You're going to thank yourself for it afterwards. It's going to be a great event. And we appreciate you guys.
Wrong. And it's at 2905 Jog Road, Green Acres.
That's right. That's close to 10th and Jog in Green Acres, right there in the middle of the county. Lots of parking, lots of free stuff to do for everybody. It's going to be a great event, and you two, so happy and so blessed that you're going to be judges for our
we
are blessed to have been judges for 3 years and hopefully 10 more years.
5 years from now, we won't even be able to say. Do you remember us when we started with you?
We'll be with canes by then. Wheelchairs and our little walkers.
And you know what?
It's going to have its own podcast that spins off. It'll be the Chili Cook-Off podcast or something.
Yeah.
And you know what the kids kind of flock to is the pink fire truck.
Yep.
But that's in memory of, and I guess for past cancer
survivors of cancer, right? We'll have the pink fire truck out there. And
it is survivors. I thought someone told me it was for past and current survivors.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
I'm going to say something that I hope my church doesn't get upset with me saying, but for you guys out there, there are some beautiful women that go to this event. And for you girls, there is, I mean, I'm not a good judge of guys, but there's all these firemen out there, you know, they're all in shape. And boy, I tell you what, it's a great place to do a greet and meet.
And dogs, lots of dogs, lots of good-looking dogs. That's what I look at. I remember last year I was petting every single one of them.
I know.
Oh,
Chief, we're
thank
so
you.
excited about this event, and you're going to be back again with us next
Monday.
week.
Absolutely, we'll be with you guys every Monday until the event, and
I love it. I love
looking
it.
forward to it.
Everybody, please buy the tickets because this is an amazing event. It is fun. Chief, is there a website that they go to buy the tickets?
There are right there on the bottom of the screen there. You can see it. It's
She already did it. Oh, look at Rebel.
GreenAcersChiliCookoff.com, and get your tickets early because the day of the event they go up $5. So they're 20 now and 25 the day of the event.
And children under what age come in free?
Under 11.
There you go. So
Anyone under
maybe
11
get
And there are 35 after the event. Hello, Sophia. You're tired. Okay, Chief. Hey, listen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Chief.
We'll see you 35 after the event.
Love you guys.
See
Love
you
you
next
too, bro.
Monday.
We'll see you next Monday.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm still laughing.
Why did you stare at me?
Because I was still thinking about the Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Like BurgerFi Wi-Fi. So Steve's not here yet.
no, I told him 6:15.
Okay.
I didn't know how long we were going to have Chief on for. This is going to be such a great event.
I know.
And
It was a great event the last 2 years. The first year it rained, but it was still
Yeah.
packed.
I know, that's right.
And then last year was absolutely gorgeous. And it was double the people. Do you remember?
Oh,
you
yeah.
could hardly, and now they have a big park. It's a very large
I
park.
forgot to ask him who the other judges
I was
are.
going to ask, but you couldn't cut them off too quickly.
Well, I didn't know because I don't have my glasses on.
They're still looking for judges, I think. I'm not sure if it's the same people that have been with us for the
I think
last 2
Walker's
years.
going to be
Walker,
doing
I
it again.
think.
I don't know, the lady who was the
She's not going
county
to.
commissioner. She's
Yeah.
now mayor now.
She's Juno or Jupiter. She won't be in Green Acres.
Oh.
Maybe they'll have the mayor from Green Acres. Who knows?
Oh.
We'll ask them next Monday.
Listen, anybody in Green Acres that wants to be seen. And you know what? Lake Worth is right next door, right?
Yes.
Wellington is pretty close.
Wellington's there. Everything. West
Yeah.
Palm, all of it. We're all one big community, really.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, I am so excited. He's not here yet. I told him 6:15. You're going to have to watch the screen for
I'm
me.
watching.
You know, I'm always worried when they're coming on for the first time that they're going to do everything right. But I'm so excited about BurgerFi. Since the day they opened up their first restaurant, which was probably 15 years ago.
I think it was what, 2011, something like that.
And
I can't remember the
I
exact
still
year.
go there about once every 3 weeks, which I still do because I love BurgerFi. They have one in Boynton. They're all over the United States, which I'm sure Steve will be talking about. But I was so glad to hear that he wanted to come on the show because he was on my show probably about 12 years ago.
When they started, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows when?
It was really, really cool. And the gentleman who used to own it, John Rosati, if you're in Delray Beach, you know the office right there on the corner of Atlantic Avenue and what's the other one? The Italian restaurant. I know I shouldn't do this to you now.
Sorrel? Fifth, wasn't it on Fifth and Atlantic? I can't
It's on
remember.
Atlantic, right next to the railroad
Oh,
tracks.
that's right. That's right.
I
I can't think of the name of the restaurant.
It's like two people's names, but he used to own that.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, one day BurgerFi just like opened up. It was amazing. So now next week we're going to have the chief back on again.
Mhm.
We're working on some really big guests for the show. We're trying to get the chef from Mar-a-Lago on. I think there's about a 30% chance that we're going to get them. Now the president, I think, is back in Palm Beach right now.
I didn't see the plane.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Do they park the president's plane next to where Trump's planes are? That's where they park them at? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Rambo and I did not see it on the way to the vet today.
Were you looking?
There. Of course I was.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's the coolest thing to see. I do.
Yeah, because
I really do.
Big planes, aren't they?
Huge. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
And I'm trying to think of the restaurant,
No,
the Italian restaurant.
I had it in my head, but it's okay. We're also going to have Tropical Smokehouse.
Oh yeah.
They're doing some events right now. And so in March, they're definitely coming on in March. That was actually an amazing restaurant. We gave them
a good review.
We did. It's worth. They won a Southern Living Award.
Sophia, they have won so many awards. I can't believe it. Hey, you know what? I can't believe that. I did it on my show this morning. Today is the Monday after Super Bowl.
John, that was the most boring.
Was that not a boring game?
It was horrible. Halftime horrible, game horrible.
That was really, really bad.
It was terrible. I heard on the radio going there, they were talking about food, and I guess every pizza place, but they were talking about something really odd. It's not here yet. Is artichoke pie. They were saying that one of the chefs made the best artichoke pie, and Joseph's here in Palm Beach, they said, outdid the chef. And they were in some kind of a contest. And the first winner won $1 million.
Wow.
Second place is 0. And I guess the one that they thought was good, that they said Joseph's beat, actually didn't win anything. They came in second place. But I never heard of artichoke pie.
I haven't either. I bet you Rebel has. That's something you would.
It would be with the with her gator and everything else.
I just sent an email to our next guest. We haven't had anybody a no-show since Steve Monterano. Gosh, I hope the same thing doesn't happen.
We both emailed him.
Well, I told him to come on at 6:15. I got a an email from him saying that
he's probably busy. You saw on the email there were 4 different logos. There was BurgerFi, Savvy Sliders, Fat Boys Pizza, and Happy Pizza.
Can't wait to hear, first of all, where those are at. I've never heard of any of those restaurants.
Neither have I. So maybe he's the VP of Business Development. He could be in a artichoke pie. Rebel. Maybe he's in a meeting that ran over, because this is kind of late for him. Oh, look at her. She gave the recipe: olive oil, garlic, can of artichoke hearts, I figured all of that.
Oh my God. It's like a storybook.
Breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese. And that's so funny. I was thinking of how to make it in my head. That's
Right.
exactly what I was thinking.
Is that how you would have done it?
Yes. But I would have added more kind of spices to it, I
Yeah,
think.
that's right. You're like a mad scientist in the kitchen.
I would have done it that way. I might have used regatta cheese, maybe. That's funny.
So there really is
An artichoke pie.
No kidding.
But when I heard them talking about it, I started thinking about this mom used to make that I loved. It's a Greek recipe. I don't know what it's called, but it was artichokes with, look, she even, all recipes. She made it with artichokes and potatoes, and then it had dill, and oh my gosh, it was so good, and tomato sauce. It kind of made me hungry for that. So maybe we could look up and see where Savvy Sliders, Fat Boys Pizza, and Happy Pizza are until he comes up. He's not here yet.
Okay.
Maybe he's having trouble with the link too.
Well,
Did you say Fat Boys Pizza?
Yes, as in
Size
Louisiana.
matters.
What matters? It's in Louisiana. It's obviously
Absolutely.
Louisiana.
Love
Boys
Fat Boys Pizza. Absolutely love it. Where size really does matter.
That's so funny, Rebel. So they're where you live in Louisiana.
They have one in Covington, one in Mandeville, and one in Baton Rouge that I know of. I think they have
Wow.
one in Metairie, but I'm not sure.
So why BurgerFi owns that.
yeah, those are
They're
all
one of BurgerFi's restaurants. And the pizza's good there?
It's excellent. Excellent.
Oh my
I
God.
love it.
I haven't heard that excited.
Size matters. So that must mean it's a thick crust then, or
Oh, yes.
thin
Oh,
crust? Or
absolutely.
can you get it either way?
No, if you want to see more, you can go to my TikTok page and look at that.
Oh, so
I
you
know it
have a picture of it.
I don't have a picture of it. I have a videos of it on my TikTok.
We'll have to go on TikTok and look at Rebel's Size Matters Pizza, Fat Boys Pizza.
And Steve is here with us.
Yay!
Oh, he just wrote me.
Welcome, Steve. Hi. We were just talking about Fat Boys Pizza. Uh-oh, he can't hear
Fat Boys Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Hi. Welcome.
Good. Hey, Fat Boys Pizza is a fun brand out of New Orleans, and it's a gigantic pizza pie, 30 inches round. So
Whoa.
each slice is about 12 inches. Kids go crazy over it, so it's because it's a giant. So really, really good value. Really good New York style pizza, and just a lot of a lot of fun when they come out of the kitchen with a massive pizza, that you need basically two people to bring it over to the table.
Where size matters. Boys Pizza, where size
Exactly.
matters.
Yeah, our producer is down in southern Louisiana, and when we told her you were coming on, and it shows all the different brands, she knew it right away.
She said it's delicious pizza.
Yeah, it's a fun brand. It, obviously being based out of New Orleans, it's they're here to have fun, and we're here to feed them while they're having fun. So it's a good brand and a fun brand, and a lot of great things going on with all of our brands. But yeah, that's a great one.
Steve, I was telling Sophia, I became a fan of BurgerFi from the day you all opened up in Coral Springs, Florida. And when I first went there, I just fell in love with BurgerFi. And then I met the original owners, and we did a lot of stuff together. God, how long have you been with BurgerFi?
It's been a long run. It's been about, I think it'll be 15 years in September. And then I was fortunate enough to be with the founding family even before that at Vic and Angelo's. So
Vic and
it's
Vic
been
and
a great,
Angelo's.
great run of restaurants, and everything that we did, we always wanted it to be special for families. Whether it was the Italian experience at Vic and Angelo's, whether it was the burger experience at BurgerFi, or we always wanted it to just be the best, the best cheeseburger, the best fries, the best onion rings, the best milkshakes, you name it, whatever we tried. Even the veggie burger is the best veggie burger in the industry, with quinoa, lentil, carrot, zucchini. So Mr. Rosati, he always had the best cars, and the best boats, and the best yachts, and the best. So we had to, that was the only way we knew to run a business for him. Is he wouldn't want his name associated with anything that wasn't the best.
And the best VP.
So he sold Vic and Angelo's, is that right?
Yeah, Vic and Angelo's was sold a long time ago. Actually, right before the pandemic. So the timing for us for that was perfect.
Yes.
The restaurants were doing very, very well. And so John thought that he had a long run, and you know how those landlords get in Delray Beach, right on Atlantic Avenue.
On Atlantic Avenue, right.
Right. Once they saw that you're a hot restaurant for 10 years, they want to add another zero onto your rent, and they get a little carried away over there,
Steve, I'm gonna tell you something. So the name Vic and Angelo's, which used to be my favorite Italian restaurant, even though the name Vic and Angelo's is up there, it's not the same. It's just
no, they changed the recipes. I mean, the oven is still the same oven, but aside from that, everything else has changed, unfortunately. It's always funny how we could have a $10 million steakhouse, and we hire a new chef, and the first thing they want to do is change the menu. Here they were, they bought a fantastic Italian restaurant that had a fantastic run for over 10 years in Delray, and a couple more years up in PGA. And then they tried to change it, and the customers didn't want that. They wanted the giant meatball, and they wanted the calamari, and all of their favorite. They wanted the pizza, not a round pizza or a square pizza, but the oval kind of shape that we had. That made it very. Everyone was handmade. We put a little love in everything we did. So that's why it was so great.
It was. What about the office? Is that no longer?
The office is still with Mr. Rosati's family, so it's not part of the restaurant group that I'm in right now. The restaurant that I'm in since we don't have a name for it right now, we'll call it Happy Hospitality Holdings, because Happy Asker is our CEO and founder. He was in the video store business back in the days of videos, when Blockbuster was all the rage, and he worked for another company, and he was a young kid at the time, and he would save the videos for everybody in the neighborhood. And it was in a sketchy neighborhood in Detroit, and sure enough, the guy that had the pizza place next door, which was only open about 5 or 6 hours a day because it was such a bad neighborhood, selling slices to the kids and selling chili cheese fries. The guy says he's going out of business and he's going to retire, and he tells Happy that he needs to buy the pizza place because he's the most popular person in the whole neighborhood, and he's the perfect person for the business. So Happy says, well, I'd love to do the business. How much would it be? And I think it was something around $35,000 or something like that. And Happy was able to raise about $5,000 and went back to the guy, and somehow they worked it out, and he paid him off over time. And happy to say that they had their 30th anniversary last year with about 60 something locations. And he tells the story, you know, they were struggling with pizza, so he wasn't sure what to do. So he went to, you know, whatever Restaurant Depot was called back then, and he bought an $800 fryer, and then he bought a barbecue grill from his house, and he started making Happy's pizza, wings, and ribs, and it took off. And the ribs, believe it or not, are some of the best you'll ever have. I just had them when I was recently up there. There's a partner, one of Happy's friends is the president of Smithfield, which is, you know, one of the best rib producers in the United States. And that's the beauty thing about Happy, is he has all these long-term relationships of food suppliers. So, you know, then he started Savvy Sliders, which is, he wanted to do something in the burger space, but he wanted it to be very unusual. So he started Savvy Sliders 5 years ago. But the unique thing about it is each of these sliders is a small, you know, I would almost call it a mini burger, because it's not like a little skinny thing like White Castle, you know, that people think. There's actually substantial amount of meat. But, you know, he makes a one with codfish, which I never thought I would like, but it tastes like fish and chips, and it's out of this world. And then they make one with falafel for people that don't want cheese and then they don't want egg or anything like that. And then they have one that's like a cheese steak, and then they have just a regular burger. So they really a fantastic menu. But what it's really great for is now for catering, and it's great for small appetites for children, for teenagers, for snacking. You know, snacking is becoming a lot more popular now. People are either skipping a meal, or all of a sudden they just want something in between lunch or dinner or something like that. So I think the Savvy Sliders is the right brand for the time right now. The boxes are fantastic. They're perfect for like the size of a tray table for an airport. So I think that Savvy Sliders is going to be extremely popular in airports. We're just starting to pitch it to airport groups right now, and they're really excited about the way the packaging fits on the tray, and they're really excited about the selection. You know, that you can get, you know, a chicken and a beef if you want, or a chicken and a fish if you want. Or just a couple of chicken tenders and a little burger if you want. So you can almost feed two little kids with one little box. So the value, you know, airports are always looking for value and great food, and this is something that I think is going to be one of the best price points at an airport going forward. So.
Where are the restaurants located? Are they only in one state, or are they in several states? Are they coming to Florida?
Yeah, there's one in Florida that's been around for a little while. It's in Tamarack, Florida. So we can go meet there for lunch if you want. Yes. But it's a great franchisee and his nephew. It's Art, and his nephew is Johnny. And the hospitality is outstanding. I mean, it's rare that a review comes in that's not a 5-star review. They almost have all perfect 5-star reviews.
Where are they located at, Steve?
What?
Where in Tamarack are they located?
Good question. I don't know the exact address. I'll have to look it up.
Okay. You can look it up.
But the hospitality that you get there is second to none. I feel like I was eating at a steakhouse. It's right on Commercial, 2400 West Commercial Boulevard in Tamarack.
That's a good location,
too.
Yeah. And actually, it's a lot of population density over there. And then if you remember, all the way on the other end of Commercial, way out east is where the first BurgerFi was. I call that one, you know, ground zero. That's where it all started.
Well, you know, Steve, I got to tell you something. we did a lot of stuff with the office, and I'm bringing this up because there was a burger, and then they told me it was $18 for this executive burger. I said, I cannot believe I've never had a burger for $18. It turned out to be the best burger I'd ever had. And
But
then you
we should have charged you 28.
BurgerFi.
We could have got away with $28. We could have.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so good, right? You're right.
And then you added it to BurgerFi.
Well, the funny thing was, so we had Vic and Angelo's, and Vic and Angelo's was a big hit.
Yes.
Then we had a pizza man who was Argentinian who didn't want to listen, and he went to a pizza competition and in Orlando, the American Pizza Championship, and he came in last place. All right, very last place. And because he didn't practice, we were using a different kind of oven in the restaurant. They were using a gas oven. We were using a high temperature coal oven. So there was all different kind of variances from, how much cheese you would put on it, how long it would stay in the oven, how crisp it would get. And of course he didn't practice. So he came in last place. Then I just happened to meet Tony Gimignani and did a children's charity event with him in Florida. And he asked me if I want to learn how to make pizza. So I say, sure. And he had a class in California put on by the International School of Pizza by Enrico Fama. I wind up getting certified in classic Italian pizza. And then 9 months later, I win Best Pizza in America.
Wow.
And then John, Mr. Rosati, opens up the office, starts selling an $18 and a $20 hamburger, and people are going crazy for it.
Yes.
And he calls me up and he said, "Hey, Steve, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, John, I just won Best Pizza, and I'm going to Australia, and I just came back from Paris, and then in the summertime I'm going to China for 21 days. I'm going to teach people pizza." And he's like, "Great, man. Let's do a hamburger restaurant." And I'm like, "What? Wait, I just told you I won Best Pizza. What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you want to do a hamburger restaurant?" "Well, Steve, I'm selling these hamburgers for $20 a piece.
Right.
And we have lobster tacos on the menu, and we have bronzino, and we have a tomahawk steak, but everybody's ordering these burgers." And I don't know what to do. So I think it's the stupidest idea I ever heard of. I think it's a crazy idea. And then as I start to look at Five Guys and Shake Shack and In-N-Out and Whataburger and all of these great, regional burger brands from all over, I start to look at Shake Shack, and, they're great for yuppies that live in New York City, and they're great for international tourists, but they had a dogs menu for dogs, but they didn't have a kids menu for kids. So right then I said, wait a second, this looks like an opportunity. McDonald's, nothing that McDonald's serves anymore would you want to give to a kid. So that was easy. We knew that if we went with like no steroids, no growth hormones, no antibiotics, if we branded our name on the bun, and so that mothers would know that this is the best burger you're going to get for your kids that's out there. That's the brand that we wanted to become, and that's a brand that we became. And now that's the brand that we're going back to. We're actually going to wind up branding the buns again soon. We're back to our original meat supplier now. We're back to all of our original ingredients, all of our original recipes. The veggie burger is going to be made with our original recipes. So all of the changes and all the different leaders that we had over the years, all of that's going away. We're going back to the old BurgerFi, the way everybody liked it. The best burger for the money, the best burger for families, and the best burger that the community could count on. We were at every major event. Like you said, we did a ton of events with you. We were doing a horse in the Kentucky Derby. We did Tyler Reddick in NASCAR. We were sponsoring fishing tournaments in Key West in the Poker Run. There was car shows all the time at Dania Point and Aventura, BurgerFi's classic car shows. So that's the brand that everybody wants back, and that's the brand that we're building now.
I was surprised, Steve, when you guys went into the stadium, the Dolphin Stadium, because they charge such exorbitant prices there already.
Yeah, it was a tough decision, to go in. They always want a big number in sponsorship, but we thought it was important. Remember, at that time we were a very young brand, we were an emerging brand. Michael McKeenan, who's our chief marketing officer now, back then he was our creative director, and he had branded that to look like one of our restaurants, and the branding was so beautiful, and the sales numbers there outsold everything else at the stadium. So it was more of a marketing play than anything else. It was also kind of like a promise to our guests. Like, here we've been serving you the best burger everywhere. We've been serving you at all of our restaurants in Florida. And now we know you're Dolphin fans. So even though the Dolphins aren't the greatest team, we know you want the burger. So we'll do it, even though even though it's a challenge and even though it's not that really profitable. It was really just a big play because we wanted to be where the fans are.
I see your T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm always in BurgerFi clothes. I love our airport locations. We have 2 in the Fort Lauderdale airport, 1 in Terminal 1, 1 in Terminal 3. That's our home base. Everybody talks to me, about seeing BurgerFi at the Newark in the new Terminal A. It's a beautiful location in the terminal there. That location, fantastic sales. I think we do over 500,000 orders last year at that terminal.
Wow. You gonna come to Palm Beach?
We actually are in bidding. We bid for Palm Beach, so we're hoping we'll get that airport as well. And then we're in Buffalo Niagara Airport, which is one of our partners. Delaware North is headquarters, and they wanted one where their headquarters are. Raleigh Durham has been a huge success for us. So, and then we're looking for more airport opportunities. We just opened up 3 BurgerFis in Apple Cinemas. So there are a couple of these high-end movie theaters that have these large reclining chairs and everything. So there's one in White Plains, one in Warwick, Rhode Island, and one in Rochester, New York. So we have 3 of them that have BurgerFi restaurants inside, and we're starting to add some milkshakes. And I think, don't tell anybody yet, but I'm pretty sure you're going to start seeing some Fat Boy pizza slices start to show up at some of those movie theaters.
Yay.
So imagine having a big blockbuster movie and then sitting there with this gigantic slice of pizza. That to me is a good movie.
Yeah. So Steve, what part of New York are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Because I was laughing, I told Steve, you sound like one of the Italian mobsters.
That's just my character, I play a restaurant manager on The Sopranos,
Were you the first? Was BurgerFi the first branded bun?
There's a lot of debate on that, so I don't think we take credit for it, but we're the first one of any major chain, and then again, I think we're the first one that had the real meaning behind it, that we wanted mothers to instantly know. And also people forget, that was 2011 in February when we started. Food photography had only started like 3 or 4 years ago, 2007 on Facebook. So food photography and everybody taking pictures of everything they ate was really, really exploding at that time, and I wanted to be part of that.
Well, how many restaurants do you have in the South Florida area, BurgerFi?
There's over 50 in the state of Florida alone. So, we're going to start rebuilding again. One of the things that happened, So you can do everything right. Like you can have great restaurants, you can be a great franchisee, and you have a great 10-year run. But what happened was the whole industry changed. So what does that mean? In 2011, we were 85% dine-in, and the other 15% came to the restaurant and picked up to go. So it was 100% of the people came to the restaurant. There was no delivery. There was no Uber Eats in 2011, or it was just getting started. There was no DoorDash. I think DoorDash also started in 2011. So 100% of the people. So the restaurants were bigger back then. They were 2,400 square feet, 2,800 square feet, even maybe up to 3,000, some of them. Now you're 40% dine-in, you're 40% delivery, and then the other 20% is pickup, but it's a combination of people that ordered on their mobile app. Maybe one or two are still calling on the phone. And then the others are either they actually order through the online ordering as well, even though it's not a delivery, but because they're like a DoorDash club member and they want to get points for it, they'll order a DoorDash to go and they go pick it up themselves. So now what do I say to that franchisee when they go to renew their lease after 10 years? They only need half the dining room now.
Right.
Well, thank goodness we were acquired by a brand that has a couple of other brands, because maybe now if the shopping center doesn't have another pizza place or something like that,
right.
maybe we can put in a pizza slice and the franchisee can co-brand and maybe pick up another $300,000-$400,000 in additional sales. So those are the kinds of things that we're working on. It's really nice having 4 brands together, 2 burger brands, 2 pizza brands, different price points, different, even different sizes of the burgers and things like that. All of it together is giving us nice purchasing power. So we're really seeing fantastic improvement in our cost of goods sold. And, for our food and for our packaging, everything is all way, way down, because now we're over 200 restaurants all combined between the 4 brands. And I hope this year open maybe another 25 to 50 restaurants this year, and the same next year, and then go to 300 and then to 500 and then to 1,000 restaurants probably in the next 5 to 7 years, I would think.
I got to tell you this. My favorite burger before there was a BurgerFi was Whataburger in Texas. It was my favorite. We don't have them here in Florida.
No.
But when BurgerFi came, BurgerFi is my favorite burger. Your fries are to die for. It's the best burger I've ever had. I go to your Boynton location at least twice a month. That's how much I love BurgerFi's burgers.
Well, we wanted a burger that was just a little less greasy, that was prepared with that, like what we cared about. And then, to be honest with you, one day we were sitting around and it was, Chef Paul Griffin, one of the guy who was leading culinary at the time, and myself. And neither one of us had ever worked in McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King or anything like that. So he had come from fine dining restaurants like Steven Starr restaurants. I came from the Cheesecake Factory and places like that. So we never knew how to microwave a hamburger. We never knew how to preheat something and reheat it. We never thought of that. When it was funny, because when I had gotten another chef before the chef joined us, and I gotten regular pepper. And when Chef got there, he took the ground pepper and he threw it in the garbage, and he said, "No, we're gonna use kosher salt and we're gonna fresh ground the peppercorns." And every little touch, like grinding the peppercorns and using kosher salt and putting butter on the bun and toasting it and hand scooping the meat to the exact size that we wanted, and then having the clamshell grill smash it exactly to the size that we wanted. all of those touches, and then putting a great slice of tomato that we got locally. All of these little touches made our burgers superior to everybody else. You could buy the same meat and products from Cisco, but the way that we handled it, the way that we put it together, and the training and the love that our people put into it, I think is really what elevated our burger above everybody else, in my opinion.
We've got less than a minute. How can people find out in South Florida where their closest BurgerFi is?
Obviously, just Google BurgerFi.com is probably the easiest. And if you see my car running around, that's the one with the BurgerFi and the French fries on the side. Just honk your horn and roll down the window, and I'll give you directions. All right.
Thank you for coming on.
I am so glad you came on. We're going to have you back again.
Have him back because
we're happy to get on anytime. Let us know. I'd love to, talk about women in franchising topics and things like that. So, all right.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay,
Steve Lieber with BurgerFi. That's it for us tonight.
Oh, it went fast.
Yeah, we'll be back again with you next week with more
Foods and Critique with Steve-O and Sophia. Be kind. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Eat and Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics, Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.